beyond the visual skyline, serious footwork that we see. Especially when loose acquaintances looked at the candles and flowers with opera violence on their minds. Introducing you to the colony when the concrete was in its prime and not for shuffles. Two different dates share the same daylight. We slow walk from the corner store into a flashback. Dust doing most of the talking about weird wars on the streets and whoever's fixing the drinks tonight. Whoever is must be suicidal. There's a chessboard underneath these tough guys. From beyond the vigil's jungle is the easy side of autobiography. A pretty interesting place to start a war from. Front yards, often having problems with the world. It's an easy range for the angel of everything under the sun. That's right, I can cut my throat with the sun. Hold your breath on my street if that's what you've always done. I'll tell you what his eyes say. They say all dust eventually has to be human. In his pockets, it's winter already. Knuckled and wrist and sun. In street green letters, here lies in half asleep young skin and tatted page one. All staircases are open air and will be the first to talk if the poor so will it, page 2. Just pieces of subtitle mouse talk last, page 3. Someone's dead already, someone has taught him a sign. Page 4, every system is suicidal, the poor so will it, bus loops its route, last stop already. Hey, let us sleep again, man, it's all staircase here. And I remember when we were eye to eye with the lowest branch. Crying breath into the hand of an avenue, our shirts made somewhere in the land of first hand. Trash wasn't getting trash, run away really isn't running away. Shoes would witness an informal prayer, something like, I know you see me, what should I call you? I'll never be anything you need to forgive. And we've been to heaven years ago. And heaven becomes our street shoulders, which are his, which is a homegrown cadence on a city bus, rubber and brief eyes, man. He was the saint of strays, you know, the first story you learn in San Francisco. Moving with Slider Street, which is his. My little brother slides. The smoke sits still. You know, first, I should have apologized to the souls of the house. Because I'm wearing the cheekbones of the mask only. Like a pill bottle whose name is yours, name tagged on the side of a factory abyss. I mean, teeth of the mask now. Back of the head of the mask now. A new phase of anti-anthropomorphism, fending for real faces, stuck with one of those cultures that believes I chose this family. I'm not creative, just the silliest of the revolutionaries. My blood drying on my only jacket, the police state psychic middleman evangelizing for the creation of an unmasses, an unmedgar, blood of a lamb less racialized or awesome prison sentence. Right angle made between a point on the Louisiana plantation and the 5-year-old's rubber ball. 3 feet high and falling like a deportee plane to complete my interpretation of garden variety genocide. I'm small talk about loving your enemies a little more realistically. About paper tigers and also gold. I need my left hand back. Broke my neck on a piano key, found paradise in a fist fight. Maybe I should check into the Cuba line. Watching the universe last metronome, some called Black Jacobins. Hey, just wait. These religions will start resigning in a decade or two. Some colorfully, some transactionally in a cotton gothic society class betrayal. Glasses. I mean, ironically, my windows started fogging up too, so I was trying to figure out which Haiti would get me through the winter with poem, house, and souls. With socialist breakthroughs. Breakthroughs like taking tests that fact and finally trying stillness, like introducing Gabriel process of Thelonious Monk. I remember childhood. I remember word childhood being the beginning. Scribbling on an amazing grace, I rented this body from some circumference of slavery. Remember being kicked out populace eating till the world is blurry to them. These streets are made of saliva. Some people made of saliva too. They usually got on uniform. All the crazy man spins round and round trying to make a record out of this mass production junk. Man, maybe I'll join them. Count cash and cry. These streets are made of saliva and white sheets are worn by a building in which kids are supposed to learn how to read with. White sheets on the highway too. Another mirror needs their head on the pipe. One down is just one down, but you know, you tell all this to the masses. Your teacher will pipeline you. They told me this is jungle. That's not jungle, more like 50 machine guns planted in the ground. It's raining faces in California. What does it say about heaven? What does it say about the people we killed? Waiting lines got so exhausted, a million minds dropped all these faces at once. If the fascists can read the lips of a giant talking in his sleep, we might as well make our demands for president. Today was born the most important trigger finger in the world. Today I'll be gonna count down the pages between now and the comic books. By the time Chicago is gonna walk out of Chicago one day. Babies that drag street signs like old toys. Today the most important letter left prison. Babies that laughing flags like faces that have disappeared. Maybe I'll tell them now. These streets are made of saliva. We raise half full glasses to the basements that meant nothing. And the working poor who live there, we get shot. We get white sheets on California with a kitchen table. Likes to talk as much as the walls and romance on the porch consists of hard design. Don't spit, know that they already killed. Kitchen table knows it. Porch is almost convinced. One down. It's just one down. This town is coming to town. The circus watching itself. Half distracted, half suicidal, thrilled children dressed as cops. Real children preaching and policing it and taking and hiring and snatching your money. This town's coming to town with tough trade wants to follow. Today I watch capitalism walk on water. People play dead so that they can be part of America. Guided by Tito's this country. There's a cow's mouth on the flag. A peculiar notepad holds street life dear, but the writer's not here. He's somewhere talking to tombstones about the good old days. Or splashing reborn water on his latest face. I'm wondering how his old gun is doing in afterlife. Wondering how much death trap is in those gas station aisles. Gotta be $1 million a day on this concrete island. We're edging in the moon why it never goes down. I mean 72 straight hours a night, at least according to everyone's posture around here. 8:30 in the morning is really 30 minutes closer. The city shuts down for a city rat race. Elevator shoe shuffle to the nearest heaven. Laughing with raps the whole way up. There's scabs everywhere. In puddles of city, in concentrated schools and TV lit warm rooms. You know the light reveals military fatigue when it gets just right on the ties that are wrapped around the necks of lazy white guys. Empire is pleased, baby. Cannon the walls on something. Feel like it. That's why for a target to move and shoot back. Running for a tree line in the freeway. You know, wisdom says against a war machine on Tuesday, you stand no chance. But maybe be the last poor people to play it safe. That was mouth on the flag. Politician raises his hand. The crowd shows their teeth. Oligarch raises his hand. Little kids are not so outside. You all are high, rest, comrades in function. 15 minutes to close. The city is surviving like a rebellion. Just paying dues by trash fires, not just anybody. Don't you love how deadly things whisper in the moment? People kill like feathers fall, everybody speaking inside. The writer knows that death is not a matter of dignity, rather human. The house that smells like road traces. Nuclear percentages, worse knows how many airlines have presence. Just lazy magic humanity hands rushing away from life towards those who be going here. Surviving, for no reason in particular. Nobody goes far today, nobody go far tomorrow. Trust me, hell in heaven cannot count. Strange guards with secondhand clothes playing concrete wishes to be human so they can be accountable. Where they find you drenched in drains wish to be human so that they can be worthy arms for you to die in. Hey, come on, grandson. Prepare for the day when every child is coming. Don't say we ghosts didn't write you a poem. Don't say we didn't dig your life. Remember the shotgun by the Cobra that everybody in the house knows how to use. Remember the tightrope made of needles for walking in between driveways and man-made best friends. Go ahead, grandson. Tune this shit again. Never mind this country kills musicians first. Broken that night, scarred that light. These walls can write lyrics and say, what's your angle, angel eyes? 30, 50 rounds pass by on the street with no daughters. The street has no sons. It's young prisoners of war in a racist city that means to make capital. And we know so much. We know it all. We were stood against walls. Who's on the not a city, it is a prison. If it has a prison, it is a prison, not a city. When the courtyard talks on behalf of military issues, all walks take place outside of the body. Dear life to your left. A medieval painting to your right. Man, this really makes an impression. Probably people living within the area have 5 minutes to learn how to see through this breeze. When a mask goes sideways, barbed wire becomes the floor, barbed wire becomes the roof, 40 feet to the sky becomes outbound. When a mask breaks in half, mind is where the eyes go. Did you know they killed the world for the sake of giving everyone the same backstory? We watched Gary, Indiana fight itself into the sky. Pennies in the wind. For that weird feeling you get before the hood goes up and over your headache. Pennies that stick together, knocking all aspirations. Storefront dwelling army that always lets us down, but the Holy Spirit favors the background. Souls in a situation that offer a hunch price to remain aloof. Souls watching the clock, hoping their eyes don't lie to sad people. What was we talking about again? The narrator asked the graveyard, 10 minutes flat to the graveyard. The funeral only took 10 minutes. Never tell that to anyone again. You just gonna pin the 90s on me? All 30 years of them? Then watch y'all know the difference between sleep and satire. Pyramid of corner stores fell on our heads, we died right away. That building wants to climb up and jump off another building and use down the city. Somewhere on this planet, it's August 7th and we running down the rest of it. One more needs to come with it. Man, what evaporated on Earth so that we could be sent back there? You know, societies wander together like hopeful drops of virus. Citizen testimonies bent on offer. A nation of breadwinners to hold me back like it's a brains. I wrinkle the streets sometimes like flesh. My Martin Luther King permanence turned away from a foreground into the beach like that was dangerous. Black August to the mountaintop balcony on my bedroom floor, you know. You know they steal you from the earth itself and suspend you in your broken neck from their foolish euphoria. From the loyalty over their great superstition. Loyalty over their great reform. I returned to my mother completely disrespected. You know, for peeling the heat off of purgatory that killed poets like me. Walked me away from my poems, never to be heard from again. In this final industrial complex, bloodlines picked through and support the spiritual death of your devil in the cabin. Police become a pretty word. I'm reading a lynch mob shoestrings like they were tea leaves teaching you how to write about cities. Yeah, it's the 25th century in America, people. Tyranny against your chump change, you a chump. To be mocked even with a gun in your car, cubit of needlework spelled tuned for the proletariat of the relapse ministry. I mean, talented people curled up in a fetal position next to a diamond, dying just another service day in the theatrics of tea house fascism, in a bouquet of surveillance cameras, in the poverty of God. Blue eyes, corpses of water, newly potted presidency. One big shiny corner, if you ask animated capitalism and other non-literal voice, and killing is white freedom. The deification of hyphens, medicine bread and picture shows, rape protesters in LA, guests of our ink, drop kicking roses in a graveyard, DC make like a stone torn in half, dependent advances despite CIA guideposts, despite non-African passive futures, a metaphorical but not surreal day in a horn-ridden life, horn player improvising king, like a radio prize fight featuring Shango himself, real hand, sweet the land of race.
தெரியலையே யார் தந்த விதியோ